always wanted a brother. I've always wanted a brother. I've always wanted a brother. Okay, I had to get it out of my system. Yes, the song is very catchy, but does the movie hold up to it? Let's find out.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey travelers, welcome back to Roberto's Room. So I just watched Mufasa, The Lion King. It is a prequel to the 2019 Jon Favreau directed adaptation of the 1994 Lion King. And honestly, I thought the movie started off pretty strong, setting up the relationship between Scar and Mufasa as a kid. And although they did change what has been the known continuity for a while, I bought into it because I thought, okay, if they have a good story that they are surrounding this new mythology with, perfectly fine. I get it. It's new. And I didn't mind it. However,
and here we go.
I don't think that the movie lives up to that very first song. That song was strong. It actually had me emotional. As you can see, I'm still singing it. But the movie in and of itself, it's forgettable. I found myself, and this is bad, but I found myself falling asleep while watching this movie. And a lot of the songs, even though they were written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who has really been on an upturn for a while with Moana and Encanto, really fails to deliver here. And there are a lot of songs that were just lackluster. The story, after they grow up and after they're kids and they grow up a little bit, where we spend most of the movie with them in their grown-up adult stage, the movie kind of just is meh. Which is really sad because the movie at the beginning, you see this, it says in memory of James Earl Jones, who passed away, the voice of Mufasa, who they brought back for the 2019 version. And I honestly feel bad that they are honoring him with this movie because the narrative is not good. Like I said, it did put me to sleep several times during this movie, and it really just didn't have a reason for being there. This movie is not good. The whole betrayal of Scar is really odd. He falls in love with Sarabi, but then of course Mufasa ends up with Sarabi, so he sees that as a betrayal. Even though in this movie, Mufasa is the runt or the stray, and Taka is the one that's destined to be king. But of course, Mufasa, they had to give him superpowers. He can smell anything in this movie. It's just odd. It's just odd. Like, he was just a good king. Why do you want to Mulan everything? Why do you have to give him Chi or the Force?
Why? 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 Oh!
It's just really, really odd. Even the villain, which I actually love Mads Mikkelsen. He is awesome. I love his voice. It is so menacing. The song they gave him, that whole bye-bye, I wanted to go bye-bye and turn off the movie bye-bye because it was terrible. And just as a side note, Mads Mikkelsen singing in Mufasa, I actually thought he had a good voice, which lends credence to what I said in my review of the Snow White nuclear bomb, that Rachel Zegler can't sing, because here's an example of another actor who really isn't known for singing, doesn't really have a good singing voice as far as we know, and yet they actually cobbled together a good performance. So just another little thing that I wanted to include here, because I know some people would probably be like, well, Rachel Zegler can sing. Well, here's another proof as to how I know she can't. The song itself for the villain, remember, Lion King is the movie that saw Be Prepared, which is Scar's song. If you're not going to live up to that, don't do anything, because all you're doing is you are just ruining the great legacy of the 1994 film. And I believe at the end, that is what this movie does. It ruins, absolutely ruins, the legacy of the 1994 film, which arguably the 2019 one already did that. But if you don't have a reason for making a movie, don't make it at all. If you have made it this far in the video, please give it a like, please subscribe down below, and if you would, comment your thoughts on the movie.
Smile, everyone! We're back.
The character that suffers the most is definitely Scar in this, because first of all, the voice actor, we had Jeremy Irons. And no disrespect to Chiwetel Ejiofor, I think he's a fantastic actor, but miscast as Scar. And then now this guy, I think his name is Kelvin Harrison Jr., he just sounded so whiny and so annoying, and it was just not at all what you would expect Scar, even in his younger days, to sound. And then, of course, how he gets his scar is just so convoluted. The whole plot is so convoluted. Several things are happening at once, and the whole thing is narrated by Rafiki, by the way, which I forgot to mention. But the movie's narrated by Rafiki to Kiara, so it's kind of past the Lion King story, if you will. It's present day. They're talking about this because, of course, Rafiki was there as a young mandrill. He was there and he witnessed all of it. As he puts it, the story of Mufasa is the story of Rafiki, and they all want to get to the quote-unquote promised land, which in this movie is Milele. But like I said, Scar is the one that suffers the most. And again, if you're not going to do something to improve it, I mean, I know why you're doing it, because you want money. But even then, we've already proven these don't work anymore. We have gotten smart to Disney's play. And I'm kind of glad that Mufasa didn't make as much money as they wanted it to make, because it honestly doesn't deserve it. I'm really glad that I saw this on Disney Plus, because everything was just lackluster. They need to stop milking the Lion King. And then at the end of the movie, there's another lion baby that Simba has, which I don't even know what the name is. They never mention it. So Kiara has a brother now. Yeah, of course, because you want to make another sequel. But it's just annoying. Like, it's just an exercise in annoyance at this point. And Disney should really stop with these movies. They really serve no purpose, and they're just annoying. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts on the movie. I really didn't like it, other than a few good things like the I've Always Wanted a Brother song, and Mads Mikkelsen, I thought he was actually menacing when he wasn't singing. And again, that beginning of that song was good, but bye-bye? Really? Make you go bye-bye? This is what you're having a villain say in a movie after Be Prepared? I still can't get over that. But please drop a like down below, and if you would, please comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on this movie. And as well, please subscribe. I would love to have you on board this channel. Thank you so much for joining me for this review. And as always, travelers, go with grace.